You know what's absolutely infuriating? Watching WWE continue to bury one of the most naturally talented powerhouses on their roster while giving precious TV time to a guy whose entire personality can be summed up as the annoying Australian with a selfie stick. And before the Grayson Waller fanboys come for me in the comments, let me be crystal clear, this match on Main Event proves exactly what's wrong with WWE's booking philosophy in 2025. They've taken Otis, a man who literally won the Money in the Bank briefcase, who headlined pay-per-views, who had the entire WWE universe eating out of the palm of his hand, and they've reduced him to main event fodder. Meanwhile, Waller gets opportunity after opportunity on SmackDown despite doing absolutely nothing to deserve it. Let me take you through this the 8th of November massacre, and I use that word intentionally, because what we witnessed wasn't just a match. It was a systematic destruction of everything Otis should represent in professional wrestling. The bell rings, and immediately you can see it in Otis's eyes. This isn't the same guy who celebrated with Mandy Rose. This isn't the confident Money in the Bank winner. This is a man who's been beaten down by terrible booking decisions, relegated to the show that maybe 50,000 people watch live. And Waller? He struts out there like he owns the place, doing his insufferable Grayson Waller effect pose, talking trash before the match even begins. Here's a question for you: when was the last time WWE actually committed to pushing Otis the right way? Drop your answer in the comments because I genuinely want to know if anyone remembers. The opening minutes tell you everything you need to know about how this company views these two performers. Otis comes out aggressive, using that raw power that made him special in the first place. He throws Waller around like a ragdoll, and the crowd, even the tiny main event crowd, starts getting behind him. There's something pure about Otis that connects with people. He's not trying to be cool. He's not cutting insider promos about the business. He's just a big guy who loves wrestling, loves competing, and gives everything he has. But watch what happens. Every time Otis builds momentum, every time he starts to look dominant, the match structure shifts to make Waller look clever. Waller hits a cheap shot. Waller uses the ropes. Waller talks to the crowd to distract Otis. And I get it, that's heel work, but here's the problem. The match is designed to make you think Waller is outsmarting this dumb character, when in reality, Otis should be obliterating him. The middle portion of this match showcases Otis's incredible strength. He hits a massive scoop slam that literally bounces Waller off the canvas. He delivers a corner splash that should have ended Waller's career on the spot. The man weighs over 300 pounds of pure muscle, and when he connects, it looks devastating. There's a moment, around the 8-minute mark, where Otis sets up for the Caterpillar, his signature elbow drop, and you can feel the energy shift. Quick trivia: how many times has Otis successfully hit the Caterpillar in 2025? Comment below with your guess. But here's where the booking becomes absolutely maddening. Just as Otis is about to hit his signature move, just as the match is building to what should be a dominant victory for the powerhouse, Waller rolls out of the ring. Standard heel tactic, right? Wrong. Because what follows is 5 minutes of Waller controlling the match through what can only be described as basic offense that somehow keeps Otis down. Let me explain why this is insulting to anyone with a functioning brain. Otis has taken finishers from Roman Reigns. He's been in the ring with Bobby Lashley. He's survived matches with Drew McIntyre. But somehow, Grayson Waller's strikes and submission attempts are keeping him grounded? Make it make sense, WWE. Please, I'm begging you. Waller works over Otis's leg, which is smart psychology, except it doesn't matter because Otis just powers through it anyway. This is the problem with booking big men in modern WWE. They don't commit. Either the leg work matters and it tells a story, or don't do it at all. Here, it's just filler, killing time until we get to the finish they've already decided on. Around the 12-minute mark, Otis makes his comeback, and this is where you remember why this guy should be a main event player. He's hitting strikes that sound like gunshots. His clotheslines turn Waller inside out. When he lifts Waller for a world's strongest slam, you believe this match is over. The referee is in position. This is it. But no. Waller grabs the ropes. Waller pokes the eye. Waller hits a desperation DDT that somehow gives him enough time to recover and mount another offensive sequence. And listen, I know wrestling is predetermined, but it has to make logical sense within its own universe. If Otis is this unstoppable force, these little tactics shouldn't be enough to stop him completely. Here's what really grinds my gears: the commentary during this match. They are putting over Waller's ring IQ and his ability to overcome size disadvantages, but they never mention that Otis is a former Money in the Bank winner. They never reference his accomplishments. They treat him like he's just a big guy who showed up yesterday. That's not commentary, that's character assassination. Think about this: if Grayson Waller is so smart, so talented, so good at overcoming odds, why is he on main event? Why isn't he in the Intercontinental Championship picture? Why isn't he feuding with LA Knight or someone meaningful on SmackDown? I'll tell you why: because his character is one-dimensional, his promos are repetitive, and his in-ring work, while competent, is nowhere near as special as WWE wants us to believe. The final sequence of the match is where everything falls apart. Otis has Waller up for a power slam. This should be it. 300 pounds crashing down. But Waller slips out, shoves Otis into the corner, rolls him up with a handful of tights, feet on the ropes, and steals the victory. Let me pause here. A roll-up, with tights, and feet on the ropes. This is how you book a former Money in the Bank winner in 2025? This is the story you want to tell? That Grayson Waller, master strategist, can only beat Otis by cheating in the most cliché way possible? Not even creative cheating, just the same finish we've seen 10,000 times. What does this accomplish? Does it make Waller look smart? No, it makes him look weak because he needed every advantage to beat a guy WWE has already told us doesn't matter because he's on main event. Does it protect Otis? Absolutely not, because he still lost, and no casual fan is going to remember the circumstances. They are just going to remember Otis lost to Grayson Waller on main event. Here's another question for the comment section: should WWE bring back the old Otis character with Mandy Rose storyline energy, or push him as a serious monster? Let me know what you think. The real tragedy of this match is what it represents for both performers. Otis is a cautionary tale about how WWE will pop you huge, give you a massive moment, and then have absolutely no idea what to do with you afterward. They gave him Money in the Bank, had him cash in unsuccessfully, broke up Heavy Machinery, ended the Mandy Rose relationship, and then just forgot he existed. Now he's on main event, working his heart out for a handful of people, and nobody in charge seems to care. Waller, on the other hand, is being positioned as this important heel, but he's getting X-Pac heat, not real heat. People don't want to see him get beaten up because they are invested in his character. They want him to go away because he's annoying. There's a massive difference. And when you beat guys like Otis, who still have fan support, in cheap ways, you're not building Waller as a credible threat, you're just wasting everyone's time. The match itself, from a pure work rate perspective, was fine. Both guys worked hard. The timing was decent. There were no botches. But fine isn't good enough when the booking is actively insulting your intelligence. Wrestling works when wins and losses matter, when storylines build logically, when characters are protected or destroyed intentionally with purpose. This match had none of that. It was just two guys having a match because WWE needed to fill main event, and that's the saddest part of all. What WWE should do is obvious. Take Otis, repackage him as a monster, align him with someone who can talk for him if they don't trust his promo skills, and let him destroy people. He has the look, the strength, the athleticism, and the fan connection. Stop wasting him. As for Waller, either commit to making him a legitimate uppercard heel with meaningful feuds and actual character development, or accept that he's a mid-card guy and book him accordingly. There's no shame in being mid-card if you're booked well. Final question: who do you think won the real war here? Otis for putting on a solid performance despite terrible booking, or Waller for getting the win? Drop your thoughts below. This match from the 8th of November wasn't just another main event throwaway. It was a perfect example of everything frustrating about modern WWE. Talent being wasted, potential being ignored, and booking decisions that make you want to throw your remote through the television. If you're as frustrated as I am, smash that like button, share this video with every wrestling fan you know, and subscribe to Wrestling Zone 1 for more brutally honest wrestling analysis. Because somebody needs to say what we're all thinking, and I guess